Good morning and welcome back to the Lazer Grand Arena round of 32, everybody. It is Welter versus Petar next on the list for matches today. I'm Fire Rage, going to be joined for this match by T1G, this one guy. Hello. How is it going?
Good afternoon. It is fantastic. It is a lovely day. It is an exciting new tournament, and we get to see our number 3 seed through qualifiers in action. So very excited to see if he can live up to his incredible performance in the qualifier stage.
Just immediately getting underway with the picks and bans here. Welter had, I believe, another tournament, so he was a bit delayed from there, so had a bit of a 10-minute delay, so both players, I think, eager to just get into it. So immediately, right off the bat, Welter banning out Hidden 2, not too surprising to see. Welter's weakest skill set by far is the heavy overlap Hiddens. No mod 2 ban from Petar, also not too surprising. Welter is very good at streams. Not too surprising to see that. First pick, Delirium, followed by Irazine's Bazaar and Nanatsu Momichikari. Coming out from Petar. And then Keelhauled as the last pick for both these players, and we'll see what they ban from now on to see what our last map is going to be.
That was probably one of the fastest drafts of all time. That was some blink and you'll miss it stuff there. Holy
Unfortunately, there is no mod 6 or Hidden 3.
Yeah, I'm not... What did he actually ban? I don't know what he's saying. Neither of those maps exist in the pool.
He's got a different pool for us. He's got a completely different pool for us.
Yeah, I don't... hang on. What was he actually banning?
I believe the DT3 ban is, at the very least, correct. I'm not too sure. I think our ref is just as confused as us.
Yeah, this has been a common theme I've seen so far today. This is basically everybody's first time with this pool format, this like match format. So the players, the spectators, the refs, the commentators, literally everyone is learning as we go here. Where do I get map pool? Well, okay, all right.
Respect.
The map pool is on the wiki and on the sheet, which is linked in well, anyway, I don't know what's actually going to happen here.
I'm more impressed that Welter knew what he was picking prior to that, though.
Yeah, I guess he's just trolling, right?
I respect it.
I don't know. Like he was just going to pick like DT2 Hard Rock 2 regardless of what they actually were. He's just assuming that that's like the tapping DT and the precision Hard Rock regardless. I don't really know.
Well, you got it correct, so it doesn't matter.
And it's DT1 is the last map up after all is said and done. When the dust is settled, Billy Boogie, that's the unbanned and unpicked. Fire, you want to try to make sense of this? I don't know.
I mean, Welter's picks, in all fairness, are actually pretty good here. I think the only thing that's a bit questionable is the Hard Rock 1 ban on his side. I think he would have probably preferred to keep that open, but more than capable of playing DT, so... The DT2 and Hard Rock 2 picks are pretty straightforward for Welter. Very good at speed, very good at precision. He is, I believe, top 3 in the current precision tournament that's going on right now.
And players still feeling their way through Lazer as well. The confusion over not being able to hide the leaderboard and all of that sort of thing. But be that all as it may, we're gonna go into our first map. It's gonna happen regardless. The match is getting underway. It is the first selection of Nomad 3 Delirium, mapped by Mir, one of the longer maps in the pool. And I just really love Neurofunk, man.
This was used in CPMC. Charlie's Perfect Math class, if you're familiar with that. It's almost, I think, 2 years old at this point, if not more. God, that makes me feel old.
It's okay. Been doing this since 2017, 2016. We're all old. Everybody in this VC currently. We have our Azer's our streamer. Like, what more do I need to say?
Lazer just getting a random
Yeah, that was the stray of all time. That was the
Wow.
stray of all time. I'm sorry, he didn't deserve it.
It's okay.
Nonetheless, score, or the bottom score is kind of bugged out right now. But for now, Petar in the lead with the accuracy lead. It's going to be pretty much dead even now with another 100.
Yeah, it's pretty lengthy kind of intro building up section where really it's just, you know, how high up can you keep your act before these cut streams start to come in. And now the map really starts in earnest once you hit that minute or so mark. And Petar initially going to have, well, he has no score. And Welter has 400k, which is also not right. So I'm not positive what's going on there. Hopefully the overlay will fix itself. But it should be Petar up by a small amount, especially with that break from Welter. It's about 20k lead.
Petar's actually doing pretty good in the start here. All things considered, 40k score lead and climbing as he keeps this combo going. Very solid performance in this beginning section. Welter just not really able to find a good combo here. Finally going to be dropping is Petar, but Welter dropped pretty much immediately prior to that, so it's going to be a full combo reset on that front, and the accuracy lead is 2% in favor of Petar right now. He's going to be finding a chain miss on that pattern. Not going to be the end of the world, though.
Yeah, this is going to stay kind of where it is for the time being. It's about that 60k score lead for Petar. He's got the accuracy lead by a fair margin, built up the score lead. Is going to fall behind a little bit on combo, but really not that much. There is another break, so Welter's going to start to bring that combo back, and the score lead might come with it. It's about 50,000 and dropping as Petar starts to have some more trouble. The 800k, by the way, I'm pretty sure is just the combined score of the two players, so I think something weird is going on there. But you can see at the top left, obviously, the actual scores per player, and it is about a 62,000 score lead for Petar here at about the 2/3 mark into the break.
Having a combo lead and the full 1% accuracy lead is going to be helping pretty considerably, as the latter half of this is not as bad, I would say, in comparison to the first half. There's a couple of tricky doubles here and there, but I don't think it's gonna necessarily be anything that trips these players up. Very solid start from Seed 30.
Yeah, this is impressive stuff. You don't expect a 3 versus 30 to, generally speaking, be a super close matchup, but you get good picks for a player like this one is seeming to be for Petar, and you can end up with them taking a bit of a lead here early on. It's a combo advantage, it's an accuracy advantage, and it's a score. Oh, they both missed that slider. Well,
That was unlucky.
that was unfortunate. Yeah, 30 seconds left in this pick, though, and it is a pretty sizable lead to Petar nonetheless, 90,000 points. So he will take a lead out of this first pick no matter what. Just remains to be seen exactly how big the score gap will be.
And here's the double section I was talking about, probably the most difficult part of the map, but no issues whatsoever from either of the players, really. They're just kind of nailing this part, no issues whatsoever. Petar gonna be going up on the first point.
Yeah, that was a very good performance from Petar. Wins that one by 108,000 points. So that's going to be his initial lead after the first map will be 108k, which honestly, like, you can definitely build on that. Obviously, that was his own pick, so you would expect him to do pretty well on it, but that was even better than I might have anticipated. Well done to Petar. Now we're going to go, though, into the two picks from Welter, which were the DT2 and the Hard Rock 2. And we'll see if he can do to Petar on his own picks what Petar did to him on his, and maybe bring that score lead over to the red side, perhaps, after one or two more maps gets played. This DT2 is a pretty tricky little tapping affair.
Yeah, if you're unable to tap, this DT2 is not going to be fun for you. Not as bad as the Nomad 2, I think, but if you are tapping gap, then you're not going to be having a fun time on this.
We did see this played. This was the first pick in the previous match on the B stream, Amamiya Kokoro versus Sobu, and they both put up really good scores on this. Even like the upside, I feel like, with Lazer scoring comes on maps that you maybe aren't 100% comfortable with in terms of accuracy, but you can combo through. It feels like because the scores are just inflated in general, They both ended up with 900k plus, despite like 93, 94 AC on Sobu in that match. So you can end up putting up better scores than you might anticipate thanks to the differences in the scoring system.
Just waiting on the players to get ready here for the second map.
We are managing technical concerns on the back end in between picks here, so apologize for any confusion that may arise or any small delays between maps, but as the players are getting set up, we're getting everything set. Will be that DT2 pick next there, 10.3. This is a rate edit, I believe, as well. But I think this is just regular DT, right? Because this is just 1.5. There is one map that's rated above 1.5. Also, I think they're in the right place, right? There's a little confusion over who's in which slot on the stream, so we're kind of figuring that out as we go as well. But operating under the assumption that the players are in the right slots, at least for now.
We had a bit of a confusion with a screenshot that was taken after the map was over, so... In any case, more about this map in particular. A lot of bursts in this. Pretty burst-heavy map, all things considered. Not too many long streams. It's mostly just focused on that finger control and light tech element aspect. So far, both players not really having, I'd say, the best of times on it, but overall pretty evenly matched as Welter is going to be starting to take this combo a bit out of control near the end here.
Yeah, this is a very big combo lead for what we assume is Welter. Anyway, this was his pick, so you would expect him to be winning it. That is a 600 combo and a, 1-ish% accuracy lead coming into the last few moments of the map. This is a very solid performance because this map just is quite tricky with the finger control and the slider aim that it requires. So this is a quite impressive score here.
Just for final confirmation, Welter was the one that won the previous map. And the HUD is now accurately reflecting the scores of either player, so we got that settled. But as of right now, Petar is down 300k.
Yeah, so the first map was flipped, the second map was correct. All right, good, excellent. Now we know what's going on. We can play Hard Rock 2 and actually know who's winning and such. This is, well, both Hard Rocks in this pool are precision, right? You've got CS6 and you've got CS 7.8, so this is some super precision on this particular map. And this is one that I think a lot of people are at least familiar with this map set, if not this particular difficulty.
Yeah, this has been utilized over the course of, I think, like 5 years at this point in numerous different tournaments. There's an AR8 CS5 diff as well in this set that's been making the rounds occasionally. I think it was even used in OWC. This is a CS6 difficulty, which is CS 7.8 after Hard Rock, also been somewhat frequently used.
And in we will go. Second of the two drafted maps from Welter. So he looks to expand out the score lead. Typically, precision feels like it can be a pretty binary skill set. If you're somebody who plays a lot of precision, you'll be pretty good at it. If you're somebody who doesn't play much precision, you are likely to have a rough time. And you can see early on here, both players actually struggling, but Petar getting by far the worst of it with a lot of misses in this intro section. And this is, again, not a very long map, so that lead is going to start to go over to Welter's side very quickly.
Just, I think, one unlucky miss from Welter, but other than that, looking very confident on this. As soon as I say that, over-aiming a slider, unlucky, but it's not going to be the end of the world. Petar trades that miss. And this is overall looking pretty good for Welter.
Yeah, Petar is just unable to get any sort of combo going, so even when Welter breaks, it's just not affecting him all that much. 100k lead is pretty noteworthy not quite even halfway through yet, and it's going to continue to grow as Petar just continues to struggle. 93 AC. And again, you kind of see the Lazer scoring system coming into play here, because I don't even know if Petar would be at 100k, much less 200k on Score V2. In Lazer scoring, he's nearly at 300k. So kind of the score inflation in that sense, I feel like almost favors players. If you're going to struggle, it's going to be less impactful to you on Lazer scoring compared to on V2 on stable. But it is still a 200k lead here for Welter, so I mean, it's not like Petar isn't being quite damaged by this regardless, as he just is really unable to aim this circle size.
Yeah.
I think, now, I don't know if you play on Lazer. I personally do not spend much time playing on Lazer. I don't know if the feel of precision and like the cursor movement is maybe a lot different on Lazer. I've heard people talking about that sort of thing.
It takes a bit to get used to, I think, the new general system. I mean, it's a different client, so obviously it's not going to be one-to-one with what you'd expect it to be, but I haven't personally had that much problems with aiming low circle size on Lazer. And Welter, I mean, kind of sharing my same concerns, getting a solid 780k on that. Very good score from him on that precision map. It's going to be putting him almost 600k in the lead now. But it is something that takes a bit of adjustment, I think, to get used to fully.
And not going to be much time to adjust to things here for Petar now, down 600k over the first 3 maps. This is a situation we've seen in a couple other matches, and it kind of starts to feel doomed. We do still have 2 maps to play through, Keelhauled and then Billy Boogie, but that gap is such that it is going to be very, very difficult for Petar to make any sort of comeback in the overall match. But, you know, you got to just kind of put your head down and go to work and grind as best you can and see what you can maybe do on your own picks to make up some of that difference at least.
At the very least, no mod 1. Definitely a bit easier for, I think, anyone to really be accessible on this. It's just straight up aim. A couple of 210 BPM stream, 220 BPM streams, my bad, here and there, but it's nothing too crazy. I think the max that the streams go is 16 notes, so it's more focused on the aim aspect, as no mod 1s usually are in tournaments.
I like this No Mod 1 because it does have a decent amount of your kind of standard No Mod 1 aim, but it also throws in just a little bit of variation to it. And it's like not just another anime song No Mod 1, which is also nice. I mean, I know that's kind of a subjective thing, but for me, I'm a big fan. Ailstorm takes me back. Ailstorm takes me back to watching like Tobias Fate like playing Gangplank on stream and listening to this at 10,000 volume. So a little nostalgia there. As we get into a first break from Petar, it's going to be Welter with the early advantage once more in this match.
The accuracy lead about 1% above Petar right now. It's that combo doing most of the work for right now.
Another break there from Petar, falling on the stream into this chorus. Welter's lead will continue to grow. About 40,000. Again, Lazer scoring will, continues to kind of help out Petar a little bit, but it is also going to help Welter anyway. Lead 50,000, not quite halfway through. And that's just going to keep going as long as Welter continues to hold. He's got the combo lead, he's got the accuracy lead. Everything is coming up in his favor through the first half of the map here.
Just some unlucky breaks here and there for Petar, as Welter still holding on to the FC, building up to 1,000 combo and climbing.
This is honestly a very impressive play so far from Welter. We haven't played like a real aim map. As he breaks bottom left, you hate to see the bottom left miss. But
that is a very tricky pattern, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's caught off a lot of players.
I think there's a couple of notable patterns in this people break on. It's that like bottom left there, and then there's like a right side kind of a vertical linear pattern a little later on that we also seen a bunch of people missing on. But be that as it may, the break really doesn't affect Welter at all. He still has 135k score lead on this pick. Combo slightly in favor of Petar, but not by enough to make a real difference. With only a small amount of map left to go in the last chorus and ending of the song, this is looking like another. It would be, it would be another point to Welter if we were using traditional scoring. It's going to be another bit of score added in his favor in that cumulative score in this case. That linear aim pattern in that section,
brutal.
That's so hard. Yeah, I don't know that I've seen anybody actually hit that yet. But it's going to be a very solid score here from Welter. Honestly, a respectable score from Petar as well. He's going to finish 626k, but 770k from Welter. 7 misses versus 12 misses. Score gap goes up to 800k, and 1 map left to go. It's going to be Billy Boogie. It's going to be our leftover map, as it were. It will be our 255 BPM CS5 base AR 8, so this one's AR 9.7 after DT applied. Very old, of course. People might be familiar with this one, but if they are familiar with it, it's because they've been around or aware of maps from 2009.
Hey, I respect this map a lot. This map taught me how to play triples. There's a lot of old aim patterns in this. AR 9.8 after double time as well, so maybe a slight reading gap if you're not too comfortable with the AR, but it's pretty accessible, I'd say, overall.
Petar with the... Oh, he was with the lead. No, he's not. I'm sorry. Welter ACK advantage once more. Feels like that's been kind of a common story. Welter's been very solid in terms of accuracy. And, man, it's just a classic, right? That, like, grid snap linear patterning with stack triples and stuff. You are only familiar with this style of map if you go out looking for it. And it does appear that both these players have a decent amount of experience with this, both looking reasonable so far. It is Welter with the lead by a small margin once more.
Now even more with the miss from Petar on those little back and forths there. Welter does trade it. They're gonna need, Petar's gonna need a lot more, unfortunately, to overcome the overall score deficit, almost 800k, and I think at this point it's kind of over regardless of what happens.
Yeah, once you get to that 800k gap between the players, unless something really strange happens, there just isn't much coming back from that in the overall. So this is a little playing for fun, a little playing for pride if you're Petar, trying to make this at least close and maybe get a map win, as it were, out of the equation, out of the undrafted pick. I don't know how to phrase that better. I'm sorry. That score gap should go over. It's a couple hundred combo advantage to Petar. He is only down by a bit of accuracy, and there it goes. So he will, if he can hold on through the last 40 seconds, potentially put, some score back into Welter. Not that it really matters, but again, moral victory. All you can hope for at this juncture.
One hard part remaining. We'll see if he can hold his nerve and combo through this. And I should have just not spoken. I think it's not going to matter, as the map is basically over at this point. The score lead.
Oh, this is going to be so close.
I think it's going to shift over, unfortunately.
Nope.
Oh, no, just barely not.
So Petar does get get one map to go in his favor, 3.6k, but it was far from enough. It's going to be Welter as the winner of this match by, I want to say that's somewhere in the vicinity of 800,000 points, waiting for the webhook to know for 100% sure, but it's around there. So that's just very well done by Welter. All 4 drafted maps went in his favor, and the undrafted map he only lost by a small margin. So well done to the number 3 seed, proving why he ended up so highly seeded Very good performance, and he'll go on to face Sigi tomorrow in the round of 16, which should be a very interesting matchup between those two.
Well, that's going to do it for us. We have another match in about an hour 20. The last two matches of the day, as a matter of fact, at 20 UTC. It's going to be on your screen, as you see right there. Intercamming versus Aki. That's going to be happening simultaneously with Zoodinator versus Tricky Pugster. We'll have A and B streams for both of those. But for now, that's going to be doing it for us. It's been Fire Age and T1G. We'll see you guys in about an hour.